Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about my current diet, which actually isn't a diet at all. It's just intuitive eating and healing myself successfully while eating absolutely everything. So this video has been highly requested and I think it's high time for me to finally film it for you. So as I was growing up, I ate everything. Sure, there was a bit too much sugar in my diet, but it was quite a balanced and nutritious diet. But then I became vegetarian. Then I had a short stint with being a vegan, and then I went on paleo, and with each diet my health just got worse and worse and I got weaker and weaker and sicker. So around a year ago I promised myself that I would do everything to stop being afraid of certain foods, that I would make peace with all kinds of foods, and I would also make sure that I'm able to eat every single food without any kind of ill effects, and I've been focusing on it since then. And that means even processed foods or even white sugar. Sometimes, for example, if I'm on holiday and I want to try something local, or just because. I've learned that my peace of mind and being relaxed around food is a huge part of my healing. And to be honest, all kinds of restrictive diets and food eliminations really didn't take me anywhere good at all. So the question is, how have I been eating in the last year or so that has actually given me great success in my healing journey? So first thing we're going to talk about is grains. So many people say that grains are horrible if you have Hashimoto's or any other kind of chronic diseases, but for me it's been totally opposite. Grains are a huge part of my healing and of my happiness, and I eat grains with pretty much every single meal in my day. So I eat oatmeal for breakfast every other day, alternated with eggs. I also make my own sourdough bread, and I made a video with a recipe. It's so good. I don't shy away from white wheat flour because I don't think that it's actually so bad for you. I also try to eat all organic flour and grains when I'm at home, but if I'm out and about, then I just don't stress myself about it. And to be honest, I don't eat out that often, so if I do once a week, it really doesn't matter. Being really relaxed around food is really very important to me. Next, I do my best to have some kind of legumes every single day, so 1 or 2 portions. I always soak them for 12 to 24 hours and I change the water maybe once or twice in between. I love chickpeas, mung beans, all kind of lentils, especially red. I also love white beans. And what else? That's probably it. And I also try to buy them organic from the market whenever possible, but it's not always possible, so that's fine. I eat a serving of fish, seafood, or some kind of meat every single day. Occasionally I have a vegetarian day, but that doesn't happen very often. And I don't really eat any kind of flesh more than once a day either. I just find it too much. I like chicken, pasture pork. Occasionally I eat beef, but we don't have any beef locally pretty much, so it's not my favorite source. I love salmon, shrimps, octopus, mussels, clams, any kind of local fish. These are all my favorites. I make chicken broth once a week with chicken carcasses and wings that I buy from the farmer's market. And I use that for making soups or for making rice, and everything tastes so much better and becomes so much more nutritious instantly. Next, let's talk about dairy. I eat dairy every single day, quite often, and honestly, dairy just makes me so complete and so happy. I try to eat organic raw dairy as much as possible, but it's not always possible, so I don't stress myself about it. Any kind of dairy is great for my body. I eat plenty of butter, all kinds of cheese, sour cream. I add some milk to my porridge, or oatmeal as they say in America. I also love kefir or yogurt, so these are all my main dairy sources. Next, let's talk about fruit. I don't eat much fruit, probably 1 or 2 servings a day, and not even all the time. Sometimes I will eat 3 if it's really hot, or if I'm, craving something like that. Sometimes I will even eat 0 if it's not something that I feel like. I really just follow my body and I really feel when I need it and when not. I mostly just eat bananas, which are grown locally, and sometimes pears, but mostly just bananas. Any other fruit just doesn't speak to me, and so I don't eat it. I just find it way too sour. Now, vegetables. I eat plenty of vegetables, but I don't make it a rule to have some kind of vegetables with every single meal. So for example, my breakfast generally don't include any kind of vegetables because I have either oatmeal or soft-boiled eggs with sourdough bread, things like that. So I just don't have any veggies and I don't feel like I need to. My body is really happy like that. But then I'll have a great soup for lunch or dinner, and also love having raw salads when the weather is really hot like it is right now. So I eat those most days. I also adore broccoli and I try to eat it as much as possible when it's in season. And it is right now, so I'm very happy. Now, I don't use any kind of stimulants, so I don't drink coffee. I don't eat chocolate anymore because I'm healing my adrenals and chocolate is just too stimulating for it. I really just drink water and also salted water, which is really good for my adrenals, and all kinds of herbal teas. If I feel like something is sweet, and it doesn't happen very often, but of course it does, and I believe it is important to treat yourself from time to time to make yourself feel balanced and happy. So when that happens, I prefer to make something at home by myself with real food ingredients and whole food sweeteners like rapadura sugar, coconut sugar or honey, and I can eat it, make myself happy and not feel worse the next day. I don't count my calories or macros. I simply listen to my intuition and I know what and when I need to eat. If I'm hungry, I eat. If I'm not hungry, I don't eat. I don't feel like I need to follow certain meal times no matter what. I don't categorize any food as good or bad, which makes such a huge difference because it means that I'm not afraid of any foods. I eat real Italian pizza or pasta. I really eat out without any kind of fear or worries, and that's why my body responds accordingly. I believe so strongly in the power of mind, and I'm very sure that with this fearful and negative mindset, I caused such a huge chunk of my physical suffering in the past, and I'm determined not to do that again in the future. Never ever again. That's all about my diet, really. It's really straightforward. Remember that if you're afraid of foods or food reactions, you're going to create a monster, a self-fulfilling prophecy. But instead, if you're relaxed around foods and if you're positive about them and if you visualize how they nourish your system and how good you're going to feel later, then that's what's going to happen. Your body and mind both are interconnected, and your mind is so much more powerful than we generally think. So that has definitely been my experience and the greatest lesson to take away from my all my health issues and my diet failures or experiences. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it gave you a bit of inspiration and food for thoughts. Let me know what you think, if this diet is any similar to the way you eat, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.